Hi, Dr. Asia Fong. In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the larynx, and I made a model, which I'm kind of not fitting in this camera right now, but this is my larynx model, and I can move the camera closer in the video, but I'm going to go through the different parts of the larynx and why they're important, and also ignore this headset because it's the only way I can talk on this big computer. But yes, I'm going to go through my larynx that I made and talk about the different structures. Okay, the larynx is extremely important for us SLPs or future SLPs to know because it is basically the structure that is important in our field other than the pharynx, but it is, and the lungs. Well, there's a lot of important structures, but this is a really important one. The larynx aids in respiration, so air goes through the larynx and then goes through the trachea and through the bronchi to provide oxygen to our lungs. There are different structures within the larynx that help us when we swallow, and it protects us against the foreign materials that we swallow so we don't aspirate, like the epiglottis. And the larynx is also important for phonation because we have those vocal folds within the larynx, and then we create speech. Okay, so the hyoid bone, which is number 3 right here, is important during swallowing because it assists in laryngeal elevation when we swallow, and it provides attachment for other muscles and supports the structure of the larynx. The hyoid is also pretty cool because it is basically the only floating bone we have in our body, meaning that it doesn't attach to other bones. It just is floating from the muscles, and it helps with the attachment of those muscles. So it's a pretty cool structure within the larynx. And that's number 3. Okay, the larynx is my favorite structure within, the epiglottis is my favorite structure within the larynx because it assists in protection during swallowing, and it folds down to cover, which this isn't perfect, but it folds over to cover those vocal folds so that we don't aspirate. And I just think that's really cool that our bodies do that when we swallow. But yes, here's my epiglottis, number 4, and it can fold down a little bit. And then on this side, there's the epiglottis. Okay, so the trachea is number 7. It's right here. And the trachea branches out into the left and the right bronchi, and then the bronchioles, and then the alveoli, and that brings air into our lungs. The trachea consists of these tracheal rings, which this doesn't have the accurate amount, but there are typically 16 to 20 tracheal rings total. Okay, the true vocal folds are the red folds, and then the green folds are the false vocal folds. The true vocal folds help vibrate and help us produce phonation, and the green vocal folds are helpful for protection of the airway. So those are my vocal folds in this model. And the line on the red is supposed to represent the thyroarytenoid muscle because it's within the true vocal folds. Okay, so now I'm going to go through the laryngeal cartilages. Again, the epiglottis is the cartilage that helps. Did I say epiglottis? Epiglottis is the cartilage that helps assist in closure of the airway during swallowing. And then we have the thyroid cartilage, which is this big purple one, and that is the biggest cartilage in the larynx, and it provides a lot of support. Then we have the cricoid cartilage, and that is that singlet ring-shaped cartilage that extends all the way around the larynx. And then we have those arytenoid cartilages. Whoa, they're right here. And those are those A-shaped cartilages that help abduct and adduct the vocal folds. And then the corniculate cartilages sit on top, and those are the little tiny cartilages that help support the aryepiglottic folds. And then the cuneiform cartilages are located within those aryepiglottic folds. And this, I don't have this on the slide, but these This orange line is what represents the airy epiglottic folds. Okay, so the intrinsic muscles of the larynx, some of these, I'm sorry, not some of them, all of them are external because it would be hard to visualize them if they were internal in the larynx. But the cricothyroid muscle is right here, and this helps raise pitch while talking by increasing the tension and length of the vocal folds. And then the oblique or retinoid muscles are these right here, the blue that cross over. And these are important for airway protection by bringing those arytenoids together for adduction. Then we have the transverse arytenoid muscle, which is this green square looking piece right here. And this helps assist in phonation and airway protection. Then the lateral cricoarytenoid muscle is number 17. And if I can find it, oh, right here. These help with adduction of the vocal folds, and then the posterior cricoarytenoid muscles are right here, and these are the only muscle that abduct the vocal folds. And then we have the thyroarytenoid muscle, and one second, sorry I messed up. But yeah, those are again on the inside of the true vocal folds. Okay, so the membranes of the larynx, there is the thyrohyoid, which is number 9, and then the cricothyroid membrane, which is number 5, and then the criciotracheal ligament or membrane, which is this red piece right here. And all of these assist in stabilizing the laryngeal cartilages and providing support and elasticity for the larynx.